caught you by surprise.
Yeah, it really did. Probably because they never had one here before.
Right.
But yeah, you know, and I'm like, come on. I was coming down here anyway for the game, homecoming, and then I was going to go to Chicago anyway for the Bear game on Monday night. So, and they told me about this, and they wanted to make the announcement. Yeah, I was kind of shocked about it. Yeah.
Where's your home now?
Pardon?
Where do you live now?
I live in California.
Very wise.
When did Josh initially tell you about this? Was it earlier this week, sometime earlier this month?
Actually, he contacted my son, who handles a lot of that stuff for me. And it was a couple of days ago because I was actually going to come in today. So we came in last night, a day early, to make this for you guys. So.
Oh, thanks.
So that's when I found out Tuesday.
It's been harder for you to get back here, right? Because of where you live. It's just how much time have you spent back here? And
Well,
how
last time we were here was I think Beckman's first year.
Okay.
I don't know what year that was, but Luke it was his first year.
12, yeah.
Came back in April. Yeah, and then this is the second time. You know, just like last night. I mean, it took us. It was all right. The flight from LA to O'Hare was okay, but then I had 14 changes on our flights to get here, so we didn't get in here until like 11 last night.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but you would have thought that would have happened back in '63. Not that you got this modern airport now. So, but we got here, and so yeah, so it's good to spend some time here. Like we drove around this morning and. Got a lot of the family coming in, so we're gonna have some get-togethers, and so yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Is there a place on campus you like visiting when you're here?
I don't know if any of them are still around, to tell you the truth. I know the Tumble used to be in the city, is now on
Neil.
Neal, but I haven't been there in 4 or 5 years. So.
I'm sure they let you in. I'm
Yeah.
sure they'd like to see you.
Yeah.
We assume that you did go to some bars in college because we know that you endorsed the drinking of beer.
Yeah, well, I worked at a lot of bars. Yeah. Worked at the Tumble Inn, yeah. And who would have known that I ended up doing some commercials for beer.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. Handle it right.
I did a story for NPR last fall about the Chinese students on campus, and I referenced you because you're the famous football player.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that you actually interacted with, your driver's ed story. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? How was that set up?
Well, it's through the physical education department. One of the things you have to do is become a driver's ed teacher. What better students are the foreign students who need to get their license and everything else. This girl that I had, she was from India, and so you teach them how to drive. And back then it was those little green Chevys with dual controls, clutch, gas, and trans. So knowing how it's kind of a joke too, though. But it's kind of difficult to start a car, especially a stick on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do it? She's stepping on the brake and this and that, trying to start. I kind of cracked up, but she thought it was funny. But so yeah, that was the program to help foreign kids get their driver's license.
Will you be talking to Lovie this week? Do you imagine you'll be meeting with the team or with him at any point?
I might go by practice today.
Okay.
And check it out. Because I don't do any more speeches. Last time I gave a speech here, we got beat 62-0, I think, in Nebraska at the number retirement ceremony. So I'm not into that. These kids they don't know who I am anyway.
You haven't talked to him since he took the job here, have you?
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't seen him. I had lunch with him and Luke when he was with the Bears, so that's a long time.
Okay.
So
what was your reaction to him getting the head coaching job?
Oh, I thought that was a good move. I just let's face the facts. A lot of these kids have dreams like I did when I came to school here, that I wanted to play pro football. Yeah, the better way to do it is to play for a coach that's been in the pro game, and same way with all his assistants. They've all been there. So you got two sides to it, You got the Harbaugh, who acts like a kid with the kids, but then you also have like Lovie, who's very quiet, and but he's just straight. I mean, he tells you like it is, and I think kids, at least if I was being recruited by them now, I really don't think it'd be that big of a decision. Because it starts with the staff that I'm going to be working with, and my goal is to, get the education, but also to play pro football. Okay, so then you could turn around and say, well, yeah, well, a lot of, like, Harbaugh's been a pro and this and that, but I'm not so sure about their whole staff and everything else that has all that experience being in the pros. And I just think like I try to mention, turning around a program is a great feeling as an athlete, to turn a program around, or rather than going to a perennial winner and be just one of the guys. Here's a chance you can come and turn around a program, and a lot of times, at least around here, you won't forget it, and it could be the start of something big. So you want to be part of it.
Was there something besides that chance when you came here that drew you to Illinois?
Oh, it was just obviously Bill Taylor who was
Sure.
recruiting me, because the night before I was at Notre Dame, and I asked about the marriage facilities, and they kind of poo-pooed that idea real quick. I said, okay. And then the very next night I was in Chicago with Bill, and I asked him that same question. He says, hey, we got brand new apartments, Orchard Downs is just being built, blah, blah, blah. And so that was it. That was probably the main reason. And it turns out that Bill Taylor is my daughter's godfather. So,
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's still there. Orchard Downs is still there.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. I remember.
You guys lived there?
We lived there, and man, we had some neighbors, foreign, but their spices, man.
Yep, they're still there too.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So
It was great. It was good living there.
So your wife is the one who recruited
Probably,
you to the University of Illinois.
Yeah, I think so.
How long have you been married?
53, 54 this year. Yeah. And we met 7 years before that. So.
Well, thanks to her from us.
Yeah, she was the one. So I don't know what would have happened. But that, it was just, people were so nice, and she worked at the Champaign National Bank, and it was good. We had a lot of guys were married back then, and so we had a good deal. We had a lot of fun when we went to Rose Bowl, and it was good. It was good.
You joked about nobody knows who you are. The kids don't. Of course they do. If you walked around campus now, were people stopping you, or were they leaving you alone, or?
No, sometimes that it happens, but usually I don't like to, like games. I don't like going to games because it's not about me. I'm here
Right.
just like anybody else. But I guess I ought to be thankful that they still remember. So I guess you got to take it with a grain of salt. So, some people can be really jerks, but then the majority of people are good.
Right.
So.
What do you think about a situation like this where you got everybody with a microphone in your face?
Well, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I want to talk to you when we get outside. No, I'm just kidding.
You do have that reputation as being a tough guy. Is that something you kind of like to have?
Well, no, because the fact of the matter is, I'm like one of the biggest instigators and jokesters there is. But everybody's, I don't know why they have this impression of me, but yeah, I roll with it, But for people, you ask people who know me, it's quite the opposite. So, the other opponents that I play, they don't need to know that, but they can paint all these figures, that he's so mean and everything else. But that's maybe just on the field.
So when you're back in town, is there sort of a little checklist of places you need to go or restaurants you like to go to?
It's I'm so running all over the place. I really don't have all that many places to go to on my own. It's just I guess because you're getting old, man. You know, I'm 70-some years old. It's just getting tough to travel. Just like last night. I mean, I had 12 changes on my flight coming from Orchard to Champaign. And I'm just getting too old for that shit. I used to drive from LA to Chicago once a month.
Jesus.
For business. I had a motorhome, you know, and in the winter I'd go 40, and midsummer maybe 70, and then when it was really warm, and I'd go 80 through Wyoming. So one time I'm going there in June. I figured June I'm okay going up north, and I got snowed in Wyoming.
How long would the drive take you?
It's about 36 or so hours.
Well, didn't Josh have a plan for you or something? Bring you over?
Yeah.
I talked to him about that.
Said you can afford it?
Plans. The jet. That's what I mean. Like today's athletes, shit. Fly around on the money. I'd be all over if I had flew myself. But that's not the case. Now I'm even going to go maybe try to train. And,
Really?
Yeah. Maybe for this next summer I'll come in on a train. Bring Ellen on a train. She wants to go on a train.
Southwest Chief?
Yeah. Is that the one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know Gail Sayers' niece or somebody works for Amtrak, so she was going to send me all the info on it, because he takes the train a lot.
How's your foundation doing? Everything good?
Everything is good. We're always constantly trying to raise money. We've got the okay from Larry Ellison. He lets me use his private golf course in Rancho Mirage now for the 4th year. And, it's a $100 million facility, and I don't think nobody plays there but Oracle people at their sales meeting, and maybe Barack Obama or a president or something.
Okay. And
so we've had our fundraiser there for the last 3 or 4 years, and we're really getting into an initiative called Takes Heart, which is I have a cardiovascular wellness center there at St. Joseph's in Orange County, California, and we're trying to entice everybody to take a scan. Through the foundation, we give free scans to first responders, returning military people, because when I did that, how many years ago, 12 or 15 years ago, I took the test, and 2 days later I had a 5-way bypass, and I never had any symptoms whatsoever. So I'm trying to I talked to Goodell about it. I mean, you have Breast Cancer Month, which is great. You have November, probably Wounded Warriors is great. But, the block between the first day of the combine to the last day of the draft, what's going on? Well, all these players are being tested for every conceivable thing.
Sure.
Why not you, the fan, get tested, take a scan, and have your heart tested, because it's the leading killer of men and women. And what better time to do it right now? Your athletes are doing it. You should be doing it, because if you're 40 and over and you have a history of heart disease, that's the best $200 you can spend. And what I eventually want to do, we have a facility, like I said, in Orange County. We did a scan for some Hall of Famers in Chicago, and so our goal is to have a facility in every NFL city, and not only for ex-players, but for fans, for people, and make it affordable. And it is affordable now. So that's what we try to raise money for. And maybe Matt's gonna have a golf tournament. I don't want to get into the golf business, but he does. So he's thinking he's going to have a tournament next summer in Chicago, along with 1,000 other tournaments. But can't tell him nothing, So, and then we have the Butkus Award, which just did an interview with Tom Lemming Tuesday for the high school. We also included, for 31 years now, but we had started with the linebacker of the year for college. But now we dropped it down even to high school to get our message, I play clean, to get kids off a steroid. I just felt that, you know, football's been good to me, and now these people are taking steroids, they're screwing around with the game, which I don't like. So what better way is to reach the kids at the high school level, because that's where it begins, and even earlier. So we send out, we've got 51 selectors, we send out 51 watch list, and then like now we're getting to, I think it's 1st of November, we'll come out with our final 7, and they all are required to send back a letter claiming that they're playing clean. And if they don't, we try, you know, make every effort to get it to them, because you never know what happens at these high schools, and if they ever even got it in the first place. But so someone said, well, what if they're on steroids and they still sign the thing? And I said, well, then you know what? It becomes a character issue. If that's what the way they got to do it, then fine. But sooner or later, they're going to get busted, and they could lose their career playing. So again, it's just a way of you know, saying thanks to a great game that, you know, did a lot for me, and we just pass it on. And we don't have no banquets. I get a crew, and we actually go and surprise the winners. So it's like a reality show. I jump out of closets or behind palm trees in Hawaii from Manti-Teo or whatever. But it's just, I notice it just seems that the team and the family, everybody is there. They're not at a banquet somewhere, you know, after, you know, 5 banquets, it gets kind of old. So this is, we're taking it right to your home, and the kids can enjoy it, their family and their teammates, and
Cool.
and then it's something they'll all remember. I know a guy told me, like DeMarcus Ware, he's, you know, he won the college one, the pro one, and so I'm thinking the pro one is okay, that's great, but you know, we really wanted to get the high school one going along with the college one. So, and that we have done. So, like Luke Kuechly, he's our only three-time winner. Once at Boston College and twice with in the pros. So it's kind of neat, kind of see. And then of course, if your kid doesn't get in, like all the kids get the whole school to write poison pen letters to you. Why didn't you pick my guy? But if you look at our guys that have won and got drafted, they have all been doing extremely well. So we got a great selection committee, because, and I wanted it that way. And when I was working with Harbaugh with the Bears, I said, you know, I can't believe I heard a reporter when they were talking about all the awards that they got to vote on, that he gets so tired of it that he has his wife vote. That's when my ears perked up, and come on, what kind of bullshit is this? So we've got scouts, we've got guys that know what the hell they're doing, and they're looking at people. So kind of happy with it, and we'll just see how it goes.
Is Larry Ellison's yacht bigger or smaller than the Assembly Hall?
I haven't seen the damn yacht. I know he goes by. He's got about 15 properties out there, but I never met him. But he, you know, it all just started on an email, and damned if he didn't answer it. And so hopefully we get to meet him this year if he comes. But you know, he's kind of recluse a little bit, but his facility is just, you know, really out of this world, and I thank him for, you know, letting us trying to make some money for our foundation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you so much.
Being one-on-one.